Hello Taurus! Welcome to your weekly reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the week of April 23rd through 29th. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. Okay. Remember that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And this is a Five of Cups. Now, the Five of Cups is talking about some movement of the water energy, right? It's not necessarily a bad thing at all. Let's put that into some context with our Dove and Serpent spread. And as I lay these cards out, I want to also say that if there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know in the comments down below, okay? All right, now continuing with the Path of the Serpent, a lot of good energy today. Let's do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. And this card we're not going to look at until the very end of the reading, all right? We're going to set it down right over here, and hopefully at the end that will tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we're looking for at the end. Okay, so we've got some fire, water, some air, some earth, some court cards, a lot of court cards. We've got some majors, we've got some earth and some air. Pretty balanced. Pretty balanced. We have some good combination of fire, we have some good air, we've got some good water, and then we've got all these court cards. So there is something going on, I think, with a group of people. We see some earth, air, and water people, right? So I think this is really a situation involving a group. But let's see what might be going on with this Five of Cups. I think you're somebody who generally, you're very in tune with your emotions, right? I think that you typically cycle through a lot of emotions, like on a daily basis, you know? And you're not someone that really likes to hold on to one feeling and just like lock it down, you know? To you, I think you understand the flowing nature. I was going to say transient, but the flowing nature of our emotions, right? Something washes over us, we feel it, but we let the wave wash away again. And that's the Five of Cups. Five of Cups, a lot of interpretations are disappointment, sadness, loss. And yeah, it can mean that, right? Because this is sometimes talking about the change from a positive feeling. Well, then there's motion, right? It changes. That pleasant feeling goes away, and maybe a negative feeling rises up instead. So it is a lot of that, but it also can work the other way around, right? This card really can go either way. It can be positive emotions that we're immersed in now, and those will wash over us, and another wave will come, something else, okay? And I think you're very much in tune with that. You know, Taurus, there is a strong influence of the moon with you. And I feel like you're very much in tune with that right now. Where I think there's a lot of kind of ups and downs in your life. I think there are a lot of other characters around you right now. And you have mixed feelings, you have different emotions with different people, and it's been kind of a whirlwind of things, right? So I think you've really tapped into that ability to feel your emotion, whatever wave is coming, allow it to come, feel it, allow it to wash away again. Okay? It's all water, you know? So I think that you've really tuned into that. I think you really have caught that frequency, right? And I think that is a very important thing for you to understand about yourself this week, because all of these people that are involved here, a lot of people that are involved. You're a very sensitive person, you know? I think that you very much feel you feel things in the moment, you know. You feel the energy that may be coming from each of these figures, and you empathize with them, you know. Sometimes I don't know that you can really help it, but to experience the emotion from someone else, and yes, it's a wave that rushes over you and then it washes out again, but you still feel it. So I think it's a lot of, I think it's quite exhausting for you, sometimes. Now, this week we've got a Two of Swords. I think with the Two of Swords, you're trying to see the truth of things without relying on these emotions, these waves that are coming and going, coming and going, coming and going. You're trying to see past those emotions, right? To really get to the truth of things, to get a clear picture of reality. You're going to have to go beyond these feelings that coming and going, coming and going. So the Two of Swords here is trying to kind of turn off that emotional energy for a minute, right? Trying to perceive through means other than this emotional fluctuation that we feel, right? Because I think you know, like I said, you're very tuned in with the moon. I think you know that the emotion you're feeling right now, that is not absolute. That is not the whole truth. That is not absolute reality. That's going to wash away again and be replaced by something else. So I think that we are trying to figure out what's going on with these three people. Now, I don't know who these three people are. Could be three friends. Could be three family members. It could be three different paths that you could take. These figures could be representing you in different areas of your life, different directions that you could take, right? But I feel like you're trying to not make any decisions right now until you're able to get more facts, until you're able to collect more data, right? You've collected all of this emotional data, and you're really trying to lift your mind, your senses, your perception above the waves, right? To something that may be a little bit more clear, a little bit more, I was going to say factual, maybe factual. And I see in the recent past this 9. Now the 9 of Wands is really, I mean, this is you being in tune with the moon, really. And this is you, I think, typically making very good decisions, right? Typically you listen to your heart and you make a decision based on intuition, based on your gut, based on this feeling. And it's always worked out for you. It's always done you right. But I feel like this is not what you are relying on this week. I think that you're trying to say, look, I need to get a more clear picture of what's going on here. I need to get above the waves of this ocean so I can really see what is going on. Maybe these are 3 different paths that you could take. Maybe these are 3 different people that you are considering, partnering with. Maybe these are 3 different family members or friends who are, trying to have an influence on you, right? Maybe there's the conflict between these 3 of them. I don't know who these people are exactly or what their relationship is to you, but I know that you are trying to understand what's really going on here. What's really going on here? Because there's a mass of different emotions. These different waves are coming in and out, in and out. And that's making it very difficult for you to get an accurate picture of what is going on. I don't have an accurate picture of what is going on with these 3 people. Okay, we have the earth, the air, and the water. And these 3 are, they sort of get along, but, they don't don't really get along, right? They don't quite get along too much. I feel like this air sign, this air card, the Prince of Swords here, is kind of the odd one out, right? It's almost they're being kind of ganged up on by these other two, by the water and the earth here. You know, it's almost like the earth has recruited the water to then team up against the air here. But this really could be symbolic too, you know. It could be your practical sense, and all of these emotions are getting in the way of your reason, your reasonableness, right? The air energy, the kind of the intellectual, rational thinking and perceiving and assessing, your cognition, is getting interfered with by, one, the emotions, and then also by the physical senses. It's like you can't rely on what you see, you can't rely on what you feel, because they're interfering. They have their own agendas that are trying to influence the overall cognition, your overall perception of the reality this week, okay? But again, these could be three people. I think even if these cards are symbolic of different aspects of you, I think there are several people involved in this situation with you, and you're trying to really discern what is real and what is not. What are the facts here? Is there some manipulation going on? Is there some secrecy? Are there hidden agendas? Are your emotions clouding your judgment a little bit? Right? So that's the Two of Swords. We're trying to really get above all of this swampy water, right? We're trying to rise up and look down. We're trying to perceive maybe with some different senses, to see if we can get a clear picture of what's going on. Okay. Now, your general energy with this Wheel of Fortune, this Jupiter energy, I feel like for some reason, you're like the axle of this wheel, right? You're the one that all of this is revolving around. You're the center of this thing. So, in that sense, yes, these are different aspects of yourself that are pulling you in different directions. These are maybe your siblings, your family members, your friends, your children, perhaps, co-workers. But you're at the center of it, okay? You're at the center of it for several reasons, probably because you can be relied upon to always make the right decision, and to just kind of, you have this ability to choose correctly or choose wisely. And that's because you've always listened to your intuition, you've always listened to your gut or to spirit, and you've had that lunar connection, right? But this week, that's not serving you. That lunar connection is something that we need to rise above that. We need more of a solar connection here, a solar vantage point. But anyway, with the Wheel of Fortune, you're at the center of this. The other people involved, the situation is revolving around you for some reason, and I don't know why. But I hope this is resonating with you, and if it is, let me know in the comments, okay? And I don't need to know the details, but regardless of the details, it is something that, for whatever reason, you're at the center of this. You're being asked to either decide something or dictate the next course of action or something like that, okay? Now, what we see in the environment is a lot of passion, a lot of uncontrolled enthusiasm, a lot of energy, a lot of power. It's almost like just almost complete entropy. It's just energy that's gone wild. It needs to be harnessed. It needs to be controlled and directed. Okay, so this really could be if it's in a professional setting. This is a lot of energy, a lot of ambition, a lot of ideas, a lot of inspiration. Everybody's just geared up and ready to go, chomping at the bit, but there's no direction. right? And that could be why you are the center of this wheel, why you are the axle. You have to keep it all together so that we can find some direction, so that we can maybe give it some direction, right? See, the Two of Swords maybe is about trying to find the direction, but there's two. We're not certain. We haven't committed to a particular direction yet. So we're not ready to make that choice. We need a more clear perception of things so that this two can turn into an ace, a one of swords, right? One direction. No, not the musical group. Because there's a lot of uncontrolled energy. There is a lot of power here that is just loose, right? Needs to be channeled, funneled, controlled, harnessed into a system. Into a system. Okay. And finally, we've got a three. Well, not finally, but next we've got a Three of Pentacles. So this kind of is telling me a lot about this lust or strength card. There's a lot of energy in the system. And that energy has the potential to do work, right? Isn't that what energy means, I think, in physics? It's like the potential to do work or the ability to do work. Well, the Three of Pentacles is work. So we're trying to channel this energy, this unbridled energy, into a system, into some kind of work, into some system that works. But this is still a theory. This is only a Three of Pentacles. It's not yet built into manifestation. It's still abstract. It's still an idea. It's still theoretical. Right? And this card's in the position of your fears, worries, and concerns. Well, that's the problem. We don't want this to be just a theoretical plan system. Again, this doesn't have to be professional. This could still be applying to your private life, your home life, your friends, family, that sort of thing. But we're trying to put this energy into a system to do work, right? To function. But it's only a three. We need the four. Well, next we have the four. But this is not a Four of Pentacles. It's not a Four of Wands even. It's a Four of Swords. So are we taking this two and are we now kind of multiplying it? Now instead of having like two options, now we've got four options. So is this just more confusion? Or is this the temporary establishment of the facts, right? Are we taking this air energy? The air is scattered around just as much as the kind of spiritual power and enthusiasm and the fiery spiritual energy that we're trying to get into the system, right? The air is just as scattered as that, but we've established it into a four. We've temporarily put all of this thought and perception and cognition into a system. And I think through this Four of Swords, we can get to the Ace of Swords. I think before that system breaks down, because you can't harness the air for very long, eventually, that structure is just going to blow away. But temporarily, we've got it organized, right? So now we need to take advantage of that before it completely scatters. So to me, this means that you've risen above, you've gotten that bird's eye view, right? You've enhanced your cognition and your perception. You better utilize it quickly and get the data that you need and maybe make the decision, have that aha moment, that epiphany now, because this Four of Swords is going to scatter and you're going to come right back down into all this water, all this swampy, messy water here. So there's a temporary kind of silence where you can hear and perceive and see everything in this new way, and you've got to take advantage of that before it kind of falls away, right? The mystery card. The mystery card. What could the mystery card be? I would like to see something like the Four of Wands, maybe even the Four of Discs. It could be a Five of Swords. The Ace of Swords I don't think we'll see. I don't know. I'm not getting a strong sense of what this is. I'm thinking maybe another major arcana card. I mean, we had these two majors here with the Wheel of Fortune and the Lust card. We're trying to get that into a system. We're trying to get that, harness that energy, all this kind of scattered, ambition and drive and all of this creative fire energy that's just confused. These people have no direction. They got no one to tell them what to do with all of their energy. So we need all of that channeled into something productive, right? So this may be a Hierophant, maybe the Universal World card, but I'm thinking major arcana here. No, not major arcana. A Two of Discs. Okay, a Two of Discs. It's kind of, this is a little bit of a system, This is kind of taking a step back from the Three, right? The Three is like the work. We want to put all of this energy into a system to do work, the potential for work. We're kind of dialing that back now and to just think, okay, let's simplify things, right? Let's change our tactics. Let's change something about this. We're going about this the wrong way. We have the Two of Swords, right, that we started with, saying that our typical ways of perceiving and deciding and judging and assessing things isn't working for us this week. And now our Two of Discs, our typical way of administering things, of doing activities in the physical world, right? Not our potential to do work, but the work that we are doing, the changes that we are causing in the external world, right? That's not working for us. Our typical way of making changes, of manipulating matter, are not working either. So we really need a reassessment of things. And I think that this aha moment, this epiphany, this rising above all of the confusion, getting that bird's eye view, getting to the heart of the matter, understanding things is going to come quickly and then it's going to fall away. So you have to grab it while it's there, And that is going to involve a real kind of shift in your usual tactics. What usually works for you, I don't think works this week. Okay? So we need to perceive using some different methods, some different senses. Okay? Now I kind of am feeling like this is a work thing more than anything else, But maybe let me know in the comments and give me an idea if this is resonating with you, okay? We're going to go ahead and move into the extended. If you want to stick around, click on the link that's right up here, and you can have access to all of the extended readings. This was your weekly reading for April 23rd through 29th on Dove and Serpent Tarot.